What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It feels like I haven't done a video in months. It's actually been a week. I have been busy working on some big steel boxes for a company here. I gotta pay the bill somehow. So now that that is done, we got to get back to work on the FJ. We got a ton of work to do. We got a bunch of windows to tint. We got to get, basically what I want to get done is all these windows tinted, get the windshield in, get all these windows in, get the roof on, get this thing complete with doors, windows, regulators, everything. So that's kind of the game plan. I'm not gonna try to fake it and say I know how to window tint. I absolutely suck at tinting. I did a couple test pieces here on the wing windows and they turned out all right. This is a 30%, so it's not, I mean, I don't want it super dark, being that it's kind of a wheeler, you know, you're gonna be wheeling in the dark. I didn't want a super dark tint, so I figured 30% will be good for that. So we got rear windows, the side windows, one of the rear windows on the hatch, the front two door windows, and the corner glass windows. These ones might be a little tricky because it's the curved glass. I haven't tinted much, but I certainly have never tinted a curved glass. That might be a little bit tricky. Also, on one of these windows, the rail came off. I think they're just glued, or actually I don't even think they're glued on. It's kind of pinched on with a rubber seal, a rubber gasket in there supposed to hold it. I'm gonna throw a little bit of glue in there, pinch that thing back on, and we're gonna get into tinting these. Well, I accept defeat on these corner glass pieces here. I cannot get the window or the film to shrink enough where it needs to get to lay flat. So, I mean, I've been screwing with it for like over an hour now. I've tried 4 or 5 times. I can't get it. I'm gonna drop these off somewhere. In the meantime, we got everything else done. There's the rear windows, front windows. They don't look too bad. Some of them have like little tiny dots, which I don't know if it's still water underneath it or what. You can see on that one right there. I don't know, hopefully that'll kind of work its way out once it dries out. But other than that, it looks pretty good. So what we're gonna move to now is a windshield. So I got a brand new windshield here. I just had that cut from a local shop here because I couldn't find anybody that actually sells the windshields for this. So I brought them my old one, they traced it, cut it out. We got a brand new gasket here. This is an OEM Toyota gasket, believe it or not, they still make them. for the weather stripping. So we're gonna get that in, and then I gotta move these boxes out of the way. We gotta get the 40 back in here because I wanna start putting it together. I wanna get the windshield on, get the whole windshield frame. I wanna get the roof on. And once this tint dries out a little bit, I wanna start getting windows in. Well, yet another fail. This, I looked up the gasket. This is actually 75 and up. My Land Cruiser 71, and the gasket just doesn't fit. I mean, it just fell into place and it's super loose. What these older ones take is this locking style. This I bought, this is a generic locking gasket I bought for the rear windows, but I think it's pretty close to the same dimensions that you need for the actual windshield. So I'm gonna tear that back out, get that off, and we're gonna see if we can use that. If so, I'll have to buy more for the rear windows, but I wanna get this windshield in. Well, yet another fail. This gasket, this glass is a little bit thicker than what this gasket is for. This gasket's for like a 3/16 piece of glass, and this is a little over 1/4 inch. So I'm gonna have to order up more of this gasket. So I guess hopefully this tint is dry enough to where we can start putting doors together. We got the frames over there, so we got to get the wing windows in, we got to get these main windows in, and regulators and everything in the doors. I guess we're going to jump on that, and hopefully we don't peel the tint off these windows. Well, yesterday, the first day back working on the truck, nothing went right. I got nothing done, but today is a new day. I'm hoping for a better day today. So we got the corner glasses dropped off. I'm just gonna have those tinted. I tried like 5 times to get those. I could not get the film to shrink and like form to that glass. So I'm just gonna have those done. I gotta run back into town today to grab the windshield gasket. I found one, but they were closed by the time I could get into town. So gotta go back to town today to get that. We're gonna start today off with taking this door back apart because the window isn't sitting very tight into the door frame. So it's got all brand new runners and everything in here, but this window, when I go all the way up, well, you can see it's just kind of floppy in here, if you can see that. And when I go up, it kind of binds. I go all the way up, it kind of binds this regulator at the top because that window kind of shifts way over and kind of binds up. So I'm gonna pull that off. What I'm gonna try to do is I got some rubber strips I'm gonna put behind these runners. So I'm gonna pull these felt pieces out of the channel and stuff those in to kind of close that gap up, and then we'll put it all back together. We'll try that out. Hopefully that will solve the problem of that kind of binding up, and then we will jump on the other door, get that one, and then we just start throwing glass in. I gotta wait to put the roof on till I get the windshield in, so I'm hoping to get the roof on. I really want to see how this thing looks with all this glass and roof and everything. So let's get this door ripped back apart, see what we can figure out with getting this window actually sitting tight in there. Well guys, I'm getting my ass absolutely handed to me. I've got like 2 hours into this side window and I still don't have it in. I cannot get the window even seated in that gasket. So I went and picked up a different style gasket. It's got a little bit bigger opening and it's just a little bit different style. This is the other one I was trying to use. You can see it's a little bit different style. This one uses like a separate locking piece, whereas this one has one built in, but this one seems a lot more like softer material, a lot more usable. So I'm gonna try this one. This is the one I'm gonna have to use for the windshield because the windshield's thicker. So I'm hoping this will work with the windshield and these side glasses. But I've got blisters. I've got, like I said, 2 hours into this one window here, and I still am sitting with no window. So we're gonna try this other gasket, see if we can get this one to work. Holy crap, that feels good. I finally, after like 10 hours of trying to install windows, I finally got one in. Windshield, check. We are good to go. So now we can get that on, we can get the roof on. Before we do that, I don't know, I kind of want to tackle the rear windows with this new gasket I got. This stuff was so much easier to work with. It still is a pain in the butt, but I was actually able to get it in. So it's just a lot more soft material. And like I said, how this thing's kind of designed with how this lock is. Let me see if I can show you. When you're getting the glass in, there's so much more room. You can pull this side. You can see how much you can pull that out right there. It makes it so much easier. So if you're gonna do this on anything that takes this locking style gasket, this style, get this one. It's way easier to work with. Well, another fail. This window is completely in the gasket, but I think the thickness of the gasket, there's too much meat in between the gasket. You can see I can't get it seated. There's just too much gasket material. So back to square one on every other window other than the windshield, I guess. I'm gonna have to find the right gasket for these back windows. I don't remember about the corner glass. I still don't have those. I may have bought there was an aftermarket set for that. But the back window here and then those two side windows, we got to figure out some sort of gasket that'll work there. Well, we got the windshield on, looking good there. I decided I want to run a Gentex mirror in this thing. I think it's just a lot better looking and obviously more functional than the factory mirror. So before we throw this thing together with all the wiring and everything, I'm gonna add a couple of wires to this harness to power up this mirror. And we got a brand new OEM gasket. I actually still found one of these OEM gaskets for the bottom of the windshield. So we'll throw that in, get this windshield all bolted up, and then we should be done with the windshield install. Well, we are starting to look like a complete freaking truck now. These taillights and reverse lights turned out so good. I love how those look. We got the mirrors on, the ditch lights up here. Everything's looking super good. And you know what? Look at this glass. I love the look of a new sheet of glass. You can't even tell there's a piece in there. It is crystal clear. I'm loving the look of this. We got some powder coating to do. We got the headlight bezels. I got new headlights. I'm really excited to throw in, but not the bezel, I guess all the mounting stuff. I want to get those powder coated. Wiper arms. You guys wouldn't believe how much these refills are for this old. It's a 71. They changed in 75 to like conventional wiper, but these little refills right here, people want 30 bucks a piece for those, which I guess I'll have to buy. I don't think those other wiper arms will fit, but I want to powder coat these wiper arms. I mean, this is the last thing on the exterior that hasn't been painted or powder coated. So we'll do that. And then I just realized we got the radio brackets to get some powder on. Now, if you guys are looking for an amazing spot to get your powder coat, look no further than prismaticpowders.com. This is where I get all of my powder coating stuff from. I've got a few staples, one of them being stone black. All these brackets and hinges, this is all that stone black. It looks really good. It's like a factory looking matte black color. It looks really good now that we're going kind of with the whole matte-ish theme on the whole truck. That matte black or that stone black, it really goes good with everything we're doing. So that's what we're going to be using on the headlight bezels and the wiper arms and obviously the radio brackets. I'm not worried about what color those go. Those are hidden anyway, but the stone black's going to look really good. Let's get these powder coated. Let's get them on the truck, and I'll show you guys the new headlights we got. Look at them lights. Those things are looking sweet. I think those are LEDs, but they're not like the super, you know, the Jeep headlights with all the different lights around them, the halos. I didn't want all that. I wanted something basic that was kind of, you know, a little bit darker, that looks better and is brighter. These things, obviously I don't have my whole harness or anything in, so we can't fire them up. But these things should be a lot brighter than the factory lights. So the last thing we are waiting for is our new gaskets for these back windows here. All these take the same gasket. So the side windows, the corner windows, and this rear window, we're waiting for that gasket. Honestly, I'll probably need to order more, but I didn't want to order a bunch in case it didn't work out. You guys know my track record with these window gaskets, not going so well. So once we get that in, we'll try that. Hopefully that new gasket will work and we can get all these windows in, get the roof on, and we'll be done with this one. Well guys, I'm trying to decide which direction I want to go with this thing. Whether I want to burn it, roll it down a hill, maybe sell it to Whistling Diesel. I don't really know. I am very much over these windows. So this new gasket, I got the window in, but this one's too small now. The window's super loose. I don't trust it. I mean, it might not fall out, but I don't want to, I definitely don't want to risk losing a window. So I'm gonna order up some more. This is what, the third one I've tried now. Now this gasket would probably have worked if the dimensions were what they said they were. It's definitely, I went and measured everything. It's way smaller than the listing showed. So I don't know if they sent me the wrong one or their listing is just not correct. But either way, it doesn't work. So I'm gonna order up another one. Let's hope the third time is usually a charm. Let's hope the fourth time's a charm on this one. Either way, I'm about over working on this. So I'm gonna take a little break from these windows. I'm gonna wrap this one up right here. We're gonna get back to it, but honestly, we'll see. Maybe next video, I kinda wanna start on the interior, get some of the interior together. We got a ton of wiring to do. We got a wire, I got an aftermarket harness for the entire chassis. I got the harness for the engine that we have to rewire. We got a ton of stuff to do. We got the whole interior to put together. We got a lot of work to do, but I think I want to take a break on these windows. I'm very, very sick of windows right now. Well, either way, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching my pain. I am going to wrap this one up here. I really hope you enjoyed it. Why don't you go smash that thumbs up button, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you in the next one.